We'll give everyone a couple minutes to log on. I see we're at 8 right now. Um,
Cool.
I think comments automatically populate. So if you're watching this, um, drop a comment in our little comment section. Tell us where you're watching from. I'm always curious to see who is watching from where. Let me just get set up here. Okay, so I'm going to make the chat visible to me. Awesome. Yay, Ephemera Hour. Today is a very exciting day, at least for me. Couple things. Is today the summer solstice?
hmm
Okay, so
It
happy
is.
summer solstice. The longest day of the year. Very exciting. Hello, Lee. Thanks for joining. Um, Another exciting thing is I got the color palette for the next watercolor snacks box in the mail today. So I did not get a chance to swatch it out, but I will. So I'm very excited about that. And Ephemera Hour. It's very
Oh,
exciting.
and I see that Dana says it's also World Giraffe Day. So, I mean
Awesome.
that's a good darn, if I had known that I have giraffes in one of my art journals and I should have brought that in.
Oh, okay. That's a post for on Mix later. We
Yeah.
can share to commemorate World Giraffe Day. That's awesome. I also think it's International Day of Yoga. That's a
Oh,
thing. At least in Boston
yep.
it is. Very cool. All right, so we've got a couple viewers here. Why don't we jump into it? This is being recorded, so if anybody has to leave, you can watch the rest of it later. And if you're here, amazing. Welcome. So, for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, welcome to Ephemera Hour. This is a quarterly live stream here on YouTube where we talk about all things ephemera. And we also talk about the Art Journal Snacks subscription service and the box that's coming up. Art Journal Snacks is our quarterly subscription made by the fun people at ArtSnacks, myself, and Erin as well. So we'll be talking a lot later about the quarterly subscription service and about what's coming in the next box. So, for those of you who don't know me, I am Sarah. I'm the co-founder of ArtSnacks. I'm one of the two co-founders, and I love art journaling. I love collage. I love collecting ephemera and all that stuff. So I am excited to talk about it today. I have been collecting things. I can't wait to show off. And I'm joined here with our one of our resident artists, Dr. Erin Partridge. Erin, why don't you introduce yourself?
Great, sure. I'm Dr. Erin Partridge. I have a PhD in art therapy, which one of my doctoral cohort members says is we have PhDs in crayons. That's to humble ourselves. And it's, not too far off. But my other credentials, I've been art journaling since my preteen years. So many, many years now, have boxes and boxes and boxes full of art journals. And I've always loved ephemera. Someone asked the other day what kind of bird I would be if I could be a bird. And there's like, what would I be? But then there's what am I? And I definitely am a bowerbird, right? Like, give me
Ooh.
all the pretty things and let me put them all around in a nest. That's for sure my aesthetic. I'm fascinated by especially weird old paper and strange things, and I love experimenting with bringing them together and telling a story through different ephemera. So this is so much fun. Like Sarah, I've been collecting things for this stream tonight, and I was saying before we went live that I have an especially good piece today. So um, excited to share that with you all.
I cannot wait. So brief agenda here. Then we'll get right into it. We're going to talk about some of the ephemera that we've been collecting the last few weeks since the last ephemera hour. We'll take a peek inside the summer art journal snacks box. We have a couple things we're going to talk about that are coming in that box. And then we'll also open it to questions from our viewers here. If you have a question, drop it in the chat. We'll see it here and there. So if it's relevant, we'll bring it up to the surface here. Other than that, you can save your questions to the end where we'll have a designated time for it. And then we'll be out of here. So, Erin, I am very happy to have you here with me. Let's take a moment to turn our cameras around to our creative surfaces. All right. I have like a new stand here, so hopefully this will work. Oh, you're getting a sneak peek at some of my ephemera. Awesome. All right, Erin, you're way ahead of me here. So why don't you tell me about what we're looking at?
Okay. So this is my newest little piece of ephemera. This is something that probably couldn't go into an art journal, although maybe it could be a spine for a hand-bound book. But I found this on the beach today when I was walking after I paddled and feeding the crows, and I just thought, well, I need to bring this home with me, obviously. Um,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, I don't know. I think it's like a children's toy or something, but you can see it's still got a little sand on it. Fun little piece of ephemera. The ocean is a great source for the beach, especially a great source for
Mm.
ephemera.
What do you think
So
the story is there? Did a kid
I
bring that with them with the intention of doing their math homework, or what's going on there, you think?
it kind of looks like it's been floating in the water for a while. So I'm wondering if it went overboard at some point.
Oh,
Because I
cool.
mean, look at the crazing on the crazing on the backside of this is looks like it's spent a little time in the water.
Right.
So yeah,
Oh, I love that.
that's a funny little thing. And then the other thing that we're seeing here, this is a piece of art that I today I decided to bring also some like physical things that I've made with ephemera. So um, anyone who knows me knows that I absolutely hate bingo. I have very strong feelings about it. Working with older adults, I have a whole chapter in my book about no bingo. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to talk more about that at any time with people. But I love the aesthetics of bingo. I really like bingo markers as an art tool. And these are vintage bingo cards. You can see they're even like sewn on a sewing machine around the edges, and they have these little things to mark off when the number's been marked.
Wow.
And then this one like closes them all. So, anyways, this was an anger piece that I made one of the times that I had to call bingo and I was really mad about it. So, what I did to assuage my anger was to take some of the bingo cards that were kind of falling apart and put them on a
Mm-hmm.
canvas. And then these are actually all the number and letter combinations that were called during that time of calling bingo that are written
Mm-hmm.
on here in pencil. So, and it kind of goes around the edges as well. So, fun way to use ephemera to deal with a frustrating situation. And I will always love weird bingo ephemera, even though I hate the thing itself.
Totally. And what's really interesting, I'm gonna talk about an observation I have here. I think I've only seen your um, like ephemera collage work in sketchbooks. I've never
Mm.
seen it outside of a book.
Hmm.
So this is that a canvas?
Yeah, it's on a canvas, and I think I'm gonna do something else with it as well. I also have another. This piece was tucked on the other side.
Wow.
Another portrait on a bingo card with the important stamp. Some Art Journal Snacks people might recognize that important stamp. I think I've done that on our ephemera envelopes before. This one is a different model. And I wrote on the back, February 20th, 1:30, assisted living, high school volunteer out sick. I laughed despite myself.
Can you
So
put it in
even though I
frame
dislike
again?
bingo, I did laugh. So
Can you put it back in frame? I just want to get another look at
sure.
it.
Yeah. Self portrait of
So
baby Erin early in my career.
so funny. It's like this is a whole mood of how you feel about bingo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing. Awesome. So I'm going to remove this. I want to share a little bit of what I have here. And this is a peek at when I was turning my camera around. Some of you saw some of this. So I have, as you know, at ArtSnacks, I test all of the art supplies that are featured in all of our boxes. So I used to have a very large pile of like swatch cards and testing sheets and some like illustrations too. I have since misplaced them, but I found a couple of them that I think I want to use for as ephemera for some of my pieces that I have planned coming up. So some of you will notice these are swatch cards from the Watercolor Snacks color palettes. I think this was, well, this was the most recent box. This is the Carnival box. I basically swatch them out and then I do a photo shoot with this card. This, I think, was the fall box. And all of these are just like testing supplies. There's no real, other than these, there's no real plan. It's just a matter of like, I need to know quickly what works on this paper. This is like a Canson watercolor paper, but some of them are just really beautiful by themselves. So it's not super thick paper. It's perfect for just pasting or even like taping into a book that I'm working on. Here's another color palette from Watercolor Snacks. These are recently from the Olo markers. Like, I just love looking at this. There's so many different ways you can turn it and pull from this. This was also from Olo marker live stream. I don't even know if I want to use this as ephemera because it looks great just by itself. This is the one of those sheets where it's like, this is done. But yeah, I had so much fun with the Olo markers. They work on everything, so they have really been in my art journals lately. They do go through, and sometimes that works as well for ephemera. And then I came across this guy. It is way back in the day when we had we did a build your own palette promotion in the ArtSnacks shop with core watercolors. They sent me a binder full of swatches.
Oh no. I have ephemera envy.
A blessing and a curse, because I haven't touched them in a very long time because I don't know what to do with them.
Oh my gosh.
I'm really starting the collection. Also, I love that this binder is like specifically for swatch cards, but they're all like, I could probably reactivate them and just use them for travel. But super simple cards that just show off the color in this beautiful gradient. And I mean, it goes on forever. So I am so happy that I came upon this because all of these are like, they're like Pantone chips. Did you ever have Pantone chips?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Those are delightful. Yes, in the comments. Thank you. They are so delightful. They're like trading cards themselves. So I don't know if I want to like rip them up and put them in a book, or if I want to keep them the way they are, or maybe add to this, have this be my, like, this is my surface.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
what I would do. And I would keep that whole thing. So make that an art journal, right? That whole binder. And you can do front and back of each of those pages. It has and then you can reorder it.
Oh my
I can
gosh.
imagine you doing collage on the back side of each of those.
Oh my gosh, Erin, I have no words. I have no words. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm not crazy for just leaving them in here. I'm going to leave them in here and give them a purpose.
Yes. Is that a metal binder too?
It is.
Oh my gosh.
It is a metal binder. Modern watercolor. I mean, I can even decorate the outside of this too, I guess. This is like a bulletproof art journal.
You know what would look cool on the outside of that is that metallic sticker that we did for the ArtSnacks for Kids.
Oh yeah, it was like iridescent or something.
Yeah.
Totally. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, you've given me so much inspiration now. All right, I'm going to turn it back to you. What else do you have in your ephemera pile to share?
Okay. I have something that's in pile because it's big but I
Okay.
love it. It's from a Life magazine, which I've cut up before for people for the ephemera packs. And this I found when I was looking for smaller little bits of ephemera from, it's like a probably late 50s, early 60s Life magazine. And it's of the Polaroid camera. And it's about the invention of the, I think this is the land camera.
Mhm.
I love this picture so much. I love just like the smile that he's got here, right? And then the Polaroid's coming out. It hasn't been exposed yet, but it's so big.
Mm.
So it's one of those pieces of ephemera that I've just been looking at in this pile, like, oh, I want to do something with this, but I don't know what yet. So
Is that a photo of a guy?
it's yeah, it's a photo of a guy with the Polaroid camera and then the Polaroid coming out.
It almost looks like a painting.
It does, yeah, and that's what I love about the old magazines is the paper. It's all has this wonderful sound to it, but
Mm.
the paper, I mean, it's a problem, right? The backside.
Oh,
Look at the
no.
backside with
The
the
backside
inner
is so
working.
good.
I know. um, so I just don't know what to do. So I hold on to it, right? And the text is also good, right? Latest bit of magic. I can imagine just using just that text on an art journal page and doing something about something wonderful that happened, right?
Yeah.
Journaling about something magical that happened.
Yeah, I love that typeface. It's, like, so simple and just it
Mhm.
says so much. Very
Mhm.
cool.
And then speaking of typefaces, look at this.
Oh
I
my gosh.
know. So this is from a magazine from the 1920s that was cataloged in a big hardbound book that I have been cutting up for the Art Journal Snacks folks.
Mm.
And it's of the Domino Sugar Factory here in Atlantic City. But I also, where I lived in Brooklyn, was close to a Domino Sugar Factory. So I have like some nostalgia that comes out with this. But look at that text.
I
How
love that.
fabulous.
It reminds me of, like, very early, like, Photoshop 10 or even, like, Coral
Mhm.
Paint.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, but
Amazing.
very obviously hand done, and there's, like, these little bits down here too. Like, look at this little guy with his rolled up paper going to the patent attorney.
I love that. What's on the back?
Um,
Anything good?
question box for investors, but look at those dollar signs, right? Like,
Wow.
this typefaces are just so good. So if you're, a typeface nerd, like I know Sarah and I both are, like looking at stuff like this, it's just like, oh, this is so cool.
Wow, American real estate company. Very cool. Oh,
Mhm.
I love this.
Yeah. So very fun.
Awesome. What else you got?
Well, should I share my really fabulous piece of ephemera?
Yes!
So I was telling Sarah that I found this in some stuff and I forgot how funny it is. So this is my father's third grade book report report card from Rolling Hills Primary School,
Wow.
February 1956. So, but the so first of all, like, look how beautiful this little form is, and then done with the typewriter, and then hand signed by the teacher.
Mm.
But some of the responses are just so funny, and if you all knew my dad, you'd think it was even funnier. But there's some things here that are actually relevant to the work that we do at ArtSnacks. So, reading and literature, outstanding in mechanics of reading and comprehension of material read. So, listen closely for some kind of backhanded compliments and and a little bit of shade from this teacher.
Oh, I'm ready.
Oral language, very self contained until something needs, underlined, to be said. Then a clear, reasonable, concise comment. Writing experiences, excellent mastery of cursive forms, seems to enjoy using his new powers. Spelling skills are high. Number experiences, really delights in arithmetic, willingly does extra assignments, work consistently accurate and neat. Social Studies and Science. His chairmanship of PO Building Committee has been outstanding, an example of leadership and action.
Oh my gosh.
Physical education, skills developing at a satisfactory rate.
Oh no.
Good sportsmanship. This is my favorite part. Aesthetic experiences.
Ooh.
Responds dramatically to the right stimulus, e.g., his tree paintings after seeing the O'Hara film, but very rarely chooses to paint without stimulus. Asterisk. If only all teachers could motivate like Elliot O'Hara. Interesting interpretation of Ravel recently. Pantomimed a butterfly emerging from a chrysalis, drying wings, etc.
Oh my goodness. What a creative individual.
Yeah. And some of you may remember that I shared on a previous ephemera hour about my dad's ephemera collecting of bugs,
Mm-hmm.
where he would scotch tape them onto loose leaf paper, and it was his bug collection.
I
So
do remember that.
pantomiming the butterfly and chrysalis kind of seems to be of a piece with what he enjoys.
That is
Yeah,
so
Lee
funny.
says frame it, and I think I definitely will. It's been sitting in a drawer for far too long.
Yeah, I don't know if that one belongs in an art journal. I think that belongs in a frame on a
In a
wall.
frame. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe I can get him to redo the butterfly emerging from the chrysalis.
And that was 3rd grade? Wow.
Third grade, yeah.
Oh my goodness. That is so funny. Good ephemera.
Mhm.
So I want to share something that I got in the mail recently from the Studio Museum in Harlem. ArtSnacks donates every year to the Studio Museum during Black History Month. This museum is um, solely for, here's their logo. I love their logo.
Mhm.
Solely for displaying art by Black artists. And every year they also come out with this, like, it's actually pretty big. They come out with this like catalog of like a little review of what they have completed. This is the summer spring edition for this year. It talks about upcoming shows, and I usually hold on to them, but this one really caught my eye because of some of the like uh, typography that they've added in this season, and then like a lot of the black and white photos. So really love it. And I actually haven't ripped anything out of this yet because I'm just like not ready. I'm just enjoying it the
Mhm.
way it is. Um, they're working on building a new building. So if you're in New York City, in Harlem, this is a great museum. They're creating a new space. Um,
Wow, that new building looks fabulous.
yeah, it's really, really unique. I can't remember, like, their old building was just like a pretty simple building, but they've really outdone themselves this time. The paper is, it's like magazine paper, but it's like more velvety, which I
Mm.
really like. And I think it'll bring a different kind of texture um, to my oh my gosh, my art journal. But here's just like some simple text, but then there's like these really captivating close-ups from artists. Yeah, just like really amazing design here, like image and then text on the other page, like really thinking about the whole catalog being an art piece. Like I love these blurry images,
Mhm.
really powerful stuff. Like love that text on a black page. So I'm excited to dive into this. They've really gone like above and beyond with their design. Maybe they hired a new designer. I don't know, but it just looks like really awesome this time. Um, so yeah, I'm really loving it. It's almost like a whole book of poetry as opposed to like a quarterly review of what they've been accomplishing. So shout out to the Studio Museum. You folks are awesome. I'm excited to come to this new building. So yeah, here's the team. They have a gala every year. Really great team. So I'm loving this piece. And I'm not totally sure how I'm going to bring it into my art journal yet, but the biggest draw was probably the typography work. So very excited
Very
about
cool.
that. Yeah. One other thing I want to share, y'all know I love mail. Mail is my favorite. And let's see. I get have you ever gotten a Val pack? You know this logo?
Yep.
I live for Val packs. I have never used anything from a Val pack, but
I was
and
gonna
this
say, is this an ephemera live stream or is this one of those couponing things?
I know, right? I wish I had time to be a couponer, but like it's like sort of like a newsprint kind of texture, but some of these are just like so funny. They're super easy, like nuts.com. Shout out to nuts.com. Never heard of it, but got a cute little Val pack in the mail with nuts.com. So sometimes like you see something very formal like this, like relief from hot flashes. And it feels very structured, but there is absolutely a way that we can manipulate this to make it feel completely different from what it is right now. So I look at each one of these as like an opportunity to like really get creative. So they're kind of bland, they're kind of boring, but there's a way that we can beautify some of these Val packs. I don't own a house, and a lot of these are for like, redo your closet. Like, I can't, I rent. So a lot of these things I can't use, but I hold on to them because they've got that really like bland look and feel that I can just spice up with some other ephemera and some art supplies. So I just love these. Like American Gutter. Like, look at all that text.
So fun. Well, I
So
feel
much
like that, especially if you're looking for individual letters, it's such a great spot because they're all using different typefaces and different colored backgrounds, and
fun. Hmm.
it's a great spot to find, like if you're doing something in the like ransom note style where you're looking for individual letters, it's a
Exactly.
hotbed for that.
Totally. And I'm actually getting a little bit of inspiration right now. I'm thinking of doing like cutting out all the prices that are listed
Mm,
here.
mhm.
Maybe doing something with that. Inflation is still an issue in the US. So maybe just like a collage on a page of all these random prices may, provoke some conversation. So yeah, I just love a Valpak. And I know that I think this is a US based thing. So for those of you
Look
who
at
get
that
Valpaks in the mail,
ambassador pools right there. That ambassador and the logo is very cool.
oh my gosh, am I missing it?
Right there.
Oh,
On your
ambassador.
yeah.
Ambassador pools. It looks very like I'm on vacation ambassador.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, I love that. We have pools in stock. Like just cutting that out. Some things in marketing that just catch your attention, that
Mhm.
those just work so well in ephemera. We have pools in stock. Look at that. Awesome. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. This is another piece of mail that I got. Water written in a bunch of different languages. Um, this is usually something that I would just like collect the letters from,
Mhm.
but could provoke me to do something just water based.
Take a pool off the shelf, says Lee. Actually, the pools in stock thing might combine well with that water thing.
Yeah, actually, we have pools in stock. Just post it right here.
Mhm.
I'm sure we can get something there. Do you have any other notable ephemera that you've been
I
collecting that you
do,
want to
I
share?
do. So here's my dad in 3rd grade.
I love this. We're getting a full circle moment here of your
Yes.
dad.
So
Hello.
here's the whole class, and here he is.
Amazing.
And then here's his little league team where he
Oh my
had,
gosh.
what was it? Skills where his skills were developing at a satisfactory rate.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, didn't he not get a good grade in
Yeah.
in physical education. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
but he did make the little league team, so here he is.
Do you know what position he played?
I don't. I'll have to ask him.
Okay. Oh my
But
gosh.
look at how cute their little White Sox uniforms are.
That's so cute.
Very cute.
Look at that scoreboard. I mean,
I know. Look, so you can see their little fingerprints on there from writing on it with chalk.
oh my gosh, it's a giant chalkboard.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
I know. And then this is another really great part. Here's how the photographer splices his name into every photograph that he prints.
Oh my gosh, it's just like
Right?
sitting on top?
Yeah. So he probably does that when he exposes it, 'cause this is definitely pre-Photoshop days.
Oh, of
So
course. What do you think? That's like a 35 millimeter camera?
Mhm.
Wow, that is cool. Are you gonna use that for ephemera or is that gonna be
Uh,
framed too?
no, I don't know what I'll do with that. I might save it for a bit. So, um, I have another family ephemera here, and then I have something small.
Okay.
So this is my paternal grandmother. So Christopher Partridge of dramatic aesthetic experience response. My grandma actually studied art history at
Mm.
UCLA. And so this is a paper that she wrote on the art of the Mayans in
What?
May 1st, 1940. And it has, I love this so much, taped in photographs.
This is her report. Oh my gosh.
Mhm. And here's the beautiful typewriting. Now, what is really amazing about this, like, look at, oh my gosh. This is why I use Scotch tape in my art journals. I know some of it isn't archival, but I actually really love what tape does later.
Look at
Um,
that. That's
yeah.
so cool. It like changed color, but it's still
Mhm.
sort of sticky.
And there it is, imprinted on the other page, which is why you're not supposed to do this, but I think it's
Mhm.
beautiful. But what's really amazing about this report, if you read the whole thing, is it's actually pretty progressive and radical for being written in 1940. Um,
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah, and she was in a pretty religious family, and it's very, very respectful of indigenous Mayan culture, and talks about colonialism and influence of people that shouldn't be there, and we should let their culture be what it is. And I mean, I read it, and I was like, this could get published today. Go, grandma.
Photos might need an update. I don't know
Yeah,
if my
maybe
Scotch
so.
tape
Yeah.
is gonna hold.
Yeah, and then I have, you're gonna love this one. This is another of her. This was for Art 48, Section 1. Um, this is the history of the theater. This one is handwritten.
Oh my gosh.
Looks like with a fountain pen by the ink.
This was
But the,
appropriate to hand in as a report.
Mhm. Yeah, at
It's so
UCLA.
small. Wow.
I know. And then look at this.
Oh my god, they're little swatches.
Yes. And there's so many pages of that.
This was
This is
part of the project?
Yes, this is the kind of ephemera that just, like, aches. It's so cool.
Yeah, that is look at that, those color stories, I love it.
Mhm. Yep, and then she's got little measurements here for the costumes,
Wow.
psychological effect on the actor. I mean, it is,
Wow.
yeah, it talks about what face paint needs to happen, and then a couple blank pages, and oh my gosh. And look at how sweet this little hole punch hole is.
It's so
Like, so
tiny. That could fit in
tiny.
my swatch, binder.
Yeah. So, anyways, just like a really, really beautiful thing. I don't know if I want to just leave it as it is as an object, or if I want to take the swatch pages out and frame them separately because they're so, so fabulous. So,
That's actually what I was imagining, like, carefully unstaple the staple
hmm hmm
and just lay out all the swatches in order.
Yeah, yeah. So
Wow.
that's kind of thinking about that. And then my last little random piece of ephemera I wanted to share. This
Yes.
was actually from one of our Art Journal Snacks live streams. So if you are unfamiliar, we do a couple live streams every box where we try out some different techniques, use the materials, and then do some journaling.
Mhm.
And this was from one of the ads that I cut up, but I held these pieces aside because they were so funny. So it was an ad for some kind of breath freshener. So I saved the little part that said bad breath, but look at this funny little graphic. This is a diagram of bad breath. And it's like bad breath is these little squiggles.
That is so and, like, that's the mouth and the throat, clearly.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So this is 19 copyright 1961. Um it is so funny.
It's
I'm trying to imagine like what I wonder what kind of food caused squiggles and bubbles and dots. Like
oh
that's
my gosh.
so I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. But if I put that there, it's almost like it's continuing the head, so that's kind of fun. So
That is amazing. Talk about, like, a comical way to show off anatomy and, something we can't see.
Yeah.
That is so
So,
funny. I love that.
yeah. It also might be cool on a page that's just like a bunch of squiggles, right? Like a scribbly
Mm,
page, and then put this in the middle of it with this.
yeah, then the whole page is, like, smelly,
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
know? One
Yeah.
big smelly page.
Yeah. And then if I wanted to take it metaphoric, I could think about like bad breath, but rather like saying mean things, right? That's like bad stuff coming out of your mouth. So think
Mhm.
about it that way. So
Ooh, I love that. Very
um
cool. Oh my gosh.
I have one other thing here on the table I can show before we talk about art journal snack stuff. This is
Oh, yes, please.
using ephemera in a three-dimensional piece. So
Oh,
this
cool.
is ceramic clay and old buttons, and then some pieces from a dictionary. So we've had dictionary pages in some of our ephemera kits, and the
Yep.
dictionary page is about genealogy. And then this is under a little piece of glass that's been soldered. Got some more glass here. These parts are acrylic, and then some old buttons, and of course a parrot.
Of course.
So, anyways, this piece is made for hanging on the wall. And the arms move. So
That's really unique.
fun
Is this a
little.
recent creation?
No, it's actually very. I made it a long time ago. Oh, and this is a matte medium transfer
Mm.
from um, photocopy paper. So that's how the face came to be there.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, probably 2010, 2009, maybe, when I worked at the state hospital and had ceramic studio access.
Got it. Pre-Art Snacks.
Yes.
Art Snacks wasn't even thought of yet. Very cool. I love that.
Yeah.
It feels like tonight has been a great display of ephemera in places other than an art journal. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, so I think that's a really great message we can get across here to our viewers that ephemera is um, so versatile.
Mhm.
It doesn't just belong in a book; it belongs on canvas. It belongs on ceramics. You name it, you can make it happen.
Mhm.
Um, awesome. Thank you for sharing, Erin. This has
Yeah.
been really, really awesome to see what we've been collecting since our last live stream. I want to switch over to the summer art journal snacks box. Um, for those of you watching and you are subscribed, the next box, this summer box, is shipping out probably the week of the 4th of July. I think the 4th of July is a Tuesday or a Wednesday this year.
Mhm.
So that week, our warehouse isn't open on the 4th of July, but around that week is when the new box will be shipping out. So you got like about 2-ish weeks to subscribe. And if you've been thinking about it, we're going to give you an idea of what you can expect in your art journal snacks box. So hopefully this will put you over the edge and get you excited. I want to introduce a piece of ephemera that's going to be coming in the box from a UK company called Newspaper Club. I recently discovered this company maybe a few months ago. I think it was on Pinterest or something. They are essentially a newspaper printer, and they create periodicals, prints, you name it. They can print it on different types of newspaper. So I am getting married in a couple months, and I'm seriously interested in creating like a mini zine or a newspaper for my wedding. Um, and I was looking through. This is a like a sample pack that they sent me, and I was looking through, and I'm like, you know what? This is incredible ephemera. Newspaper and, mail has always been like my number one when it comes to collecting ephemera. And granted, this is just a sample pack of all of the services that they offer, or all of the types of prints that they offer. But I was just sorting through these and got so inspired. Like, good news. Look at that. Perfect for collaging, perfect for art journaling. Really interesting typeface usage. What's on? These are just prints that they create for sample purposes. I actually haven't read anything on here, but they do color swatches of what colors they
so
can
good.
print. Yeah, really, really cool. Letters could fill in. You could fill in if you use a small point size on top of a colored background. So use a bold weight. Like, it's a little bit directional, but it's also informational.
Mm-hmm.
We've got this pink newsprint, and also just like, you just love the sound. The
So many
sound of
good things.
newspaper. So every Art Journal Snacks box for the summer box is going to receive the Newspaper Club broadsheet. It's going to look something like this. I don't know if it's going to be this is the actual one, but it's going to have, their logo on it. It's going to have, I mean, my screen is a little small, but, big fold out as if you're going to read the newspaper. It's primarily an example of their printing services, which I plan on using in the next few months. But also, if you're just looking for something for quick ephemera, they've got some great colors and great textures on here. So maybe you are subscribed to Art Journal Snacks, and you also have an event coming up where you want to make your own custom newspaper. That is the bread and butter of their business, making customized newsprints. So yeah, it's a great way to introduce this new brand to us, this little partnership that we've made. And like, look at this.
So
You know
fun.
how I feel about really big, unique type. I cannot wait. I'm so happy I have 3 of them. Like, I cannot wait to rip these apart and like use them for something.
Definitely.
Like, welcome to the club. Come on. Like, they're killing it. They're really killing it. Preserving an analog past.
Oh
Ah,
my gosh.
so good. So good. So yeah, we are super excited to partner with the Newspaper Club. How to look good in print. Like, look at that.
Oh, that's good.
They know what they're doing over there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to get something printed for my own event, and use all of this at the same time. I'm really looking forward to having one printed for my own event and then collaging with those.
Definitely.
I'm definitely getting extras. Erin, maybe I'll send you one and you can do
Please
whatever you
do.
want
Yes.
to
Please do.
it. So that is Newspaper Club coming in the summer Art Journal Snacks box. We're so excited. I've been in contact with them. We've been posting about them on Instagram. I'm excited to see everyone's reaction and what they create with all of the newspapers. Oh, you hear that? Newspaper is just like so satisfying to me.
Mm-hmm. It's great to
Oh.
rip too. It makes a really good sound when you're ripping it.
Oh yeah, here, let me do a live rip. Let me just get like ready.
Yeah. It's good.
Like, I couldn't have made that any better. Oh, actually, I have 2 pieces on the side here. I forgot I took these out. So I also don't always collage or art journal in a journal. I Some of you know I love using the Canson boards, the mixed media boards. Here is a piece that I did a while ago. Actually, now the screen looks kind of busy. Let me move these up. There we go. And there's some like Japanese lettering here. There's like an 8 a little bit. This is from one of the newspapers that I got. And, it doesn't look like it's from Newspaper Club. When you
Mm-mm.
touch it, it feels like newspaper. But it's just an example of how far you can take um, anything from a newspaper, newsprint, and turn it into something unique. I have another one here also on the Canson paper. This is primarily the mix of a map of Berlin and some pieces from these little swatches here. These like blocks are from a newspaper club print, as well as the on or the no, whatever you want it to be. That's typed from newspaper club as well. So yeah, just wanted to show off a little bit of art making that I've been doing. These kind of go like as a series, sort of, maybe.
Yeah, they're really nice together.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, you have that to look forward to in your next Art Journal Snacks box. So Erin, you are the maker of the ephemera pack, the
Yes.
main ephemera pack that comes in every Art Journal Snacks box. So is there anything
That's
you
right.
want to tell us that is coming in that packet?
Well, I say this every time that this is the best ephemera pack, but I don't know. This this one might be the one to beat, the ephemera pack to beat all, because I did a lot of making of ephemera in this next pack, and some of it, once you receive it, I'll tell you the story of how it all evolved and how multi-layered the process was of creating it.
Okay.
Many of you know that my mom also helps put together the ephemera packs because it's a lot of envelopes that get stuffed with a lot of different things, and
Mhm.
we take over the entire kitchen island for a couple of days and walk around in circles assembling the envelopes for you all. Well, she donated something for the next ephemera packs. So some of you will be getting a big, beautiful print from this flower book that she had that got a little water damaged. So some of the pages have a little water damage on it, but I think they're still really beautiful. And um, look at that amazing line weight. So you'll get some of you will get one of these. Look at that one. So good.
Oh my gosh.
Which will be really fun to either fold it in half and stick it in your art journal as is, or I'll show some different ways that you can use the whole paper. And for the people that don't get that, you will get another thing from a botanical book. So there's something interesting and vintage and botanical in every one. Um,
I'm
and then
crossing
the
my
other
fingers I get one of the prints.
the other thing that is coming, and this is not it, but it is like it. And I'll just show you a little close up here of what this does.
Mm.
So you're getting something a little bit different. Well, some things. This was maybe the most tricky ephemera to put in the little envelopes. So every ephemera pack is a big envelope with a little envelope inside that has some smaller precious things. And so there's a little bit of something, couple pinches of something very interesting in there for you in various shapes and sizes. So you may want to start to collect little bits of thread or embroidery floss or other things that can help to put these things in. So that's a little hint. This is a current art journal I'm playing in that's an old um, Union Bank stock book, also from my dad. This is like the Cree Partridge themed ephemera hour today, but then I found this wonderful peacock. So it's under a piece of this is I guess I'll just reveal this is mica, like actual mica sheet. Um,
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm like, okay, you could go any which way you want with this, but you might as well just tell us.
yeah. So you're getting some mica, but it's not like this. It's not a sheet. It's something different. A couple somethings different. So Get
Okay.
ready for it. It's very exciting. I'm excited to see what you all make with it.
Oh my gosh, that is honestly so different from anything we've gotten in the past.
Mhm.
So I'm
Mhm.
very much I'm down for whatever.
Awesome. I've one more thing I'd love to share before we go to questions, if it's okay.
Yes, please.
So I go to a vintage fair whenever I can in Alameda, and I can never go to this, but this year I think I can go, and I think I definitely have to go. There's a vintage
Mm.
paper fair in San Francisco in October. So I'm gonna try and go. If I can go, I will either live stream from there or get a lot of video and images and try to share. But it's yeah, vintage paper in Golden Gate Park. So I'm hoping to be there. And if I can't go, I'm definitely gonna use this as some ephemera in my art journal anyway.
So was that the ad for the event?
This is the postcard ad for it. Yeah.
Oh, it's a postcard.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And wait. You can get free appraisals of your
Yeah.
vintage paper?
Yeah, do you think I should take my dad's report card in?
I absolutely think you should. Are they gonna tell you, like, how much it's worth?
Uh-huh, yeah.
I mean, I think it's pretty priceless.
I do too, but
I wonder how you analyze something like that, like, the quality of the paper, what kind of paper it is?
yeah, and the condition it's in, so it's probably, some of it's probably prints, some of it's probably, like, vintage postcards. I think those are more
Mm.
valuable when they've actually been used and postmarked from somewhere remarkable, right? So if it's, like, a
Mhm.
postcard that was sent during the war or something like that, or maybe it was
Oh.
it passed through somewhere at a time that something important was happening. So it's like a historical document, things like that.
That is really cool, and
Yeah.
I would have never expected it to be like, there's a difference between, like, the vintage paper fair and, like, Antiques Roadshow.
Yeah. This is all
Um,
paper, so I'm sure it's gonna smell like an old library, and it's gonna be wonderful and intoxicating.
oh my gosh. Well, I mean, it's far off from here, but if you are able to go and if you wanna do, like, an Art Journal Snacks meetup at this vintage paper
Oh, for
fair.
sure. Yeah, hit me up. We'll we'll try to make it happen. We can get some things in Art Journal with it.
Oh my gosh, that
I'm
would be
hoping for,
phenomenal.
like, a bargain bin while I'm there. That's what I'm
Okay.
hoping for.
Okay, fingers crossed. I'm actually you've sort of inspired me. I made a note to see if there's something like that around here in Boston.
Yeah.
I know every summer they do Brimfield, uh,
Mhm.
but I don't know if there is anybody there that does like vintage paper. I know that it's a lot of like antique furniture, which is
Yeah,
not
which
my
you can
style.
find sometimes you can find papers there. I've gotten a lot of stuff at the vintage fair, but this is just paper. Oh
Oh
my
my
goodness.
gosh. So cool. I love that. It's also like the week of Halloween, so
Mhm.
it's like it's
Yep.
very spooky and yeah, I'm
Yep.
so into that. That's awesome. Great. Well, let's open it up to questions. I see there's a bunch of you still hanging out with us. If you have any questions or anything, drop them in the chat. I have the live chat on, so I am able to see it. Here we go. Let's see. Some of you have put some questions in. Feel free to add. There was one earlier. Let's see. My problem with this type of publication for journaling is how would I improve on what someone has clearly thought about so clearly?
I think that was
Um,
about the Harlem
oh,
Museum.
yes. How would you improve? I don't know if it's about like improving it and more or less using it for um, like strictly an art piece. There like some pages are just like this is done, but I could maybe do like a transfer on top of it and then cut it out and put it in a page in my book. Um I think there's always ways to add something to it. Not necessarily making it better, but sort of putting your flavor on it with text. I mean, the sky's the limit here. You can do whatever you want with that. Um, but like if there's where there's like that blurred page. Yeah, this sort of gives you like an open invitation to create something on top of this texture and look at it as a texture as opposed to like sort of looks like a band in the background or something like that. So there's a million different ways for you to add to it. Not necessarily make it better, but definitely add to it.
And I'm holding up now a page that's also inspired by museum literature that I just live streamed on our community mix today, using something from the DeYoung Museum about their tutors exhibition, and I made it interactive. So if you want to see how I did this, you can join over on Mix if you're not there already and see the live stream with this tutors painting.
That is so silly. I want to like in the negative space where the
Hmm.
arm goes out, I want to put like pools in stock now or something like that. Or like all the prices underneath, like
Yeah, yeah.
collaged in
Oh,
that
yeah,
negative
like she's
space.
a like
She's like a dealer.
yeah,
She's like,
yeah.
here's all the money. Here's where I store all the
Mhm,
money.
mhm, mhm. Yeah.
I did see a question, switching gears here for a moment. How do you glue mica?
Great question. So it depends on the type. This is a very flat mica, so I just did this with clear tacky glue.
Hmm.
But any acrylic medium will hold it in place. The thing you have to be a little careful of is if it's a matte medium, like a super matte medium underneath,
Hmm.
it'll almost like fog the window of it. So you want a clear or a gloss, whatever it is. Uh, Elmer's glue does work. The only problem is if it's in an art journal, as you turn the pages, the Elmer's glue might start to crack a little bit. And
Mm,
mica is very thin layers. So sometimes the bottom layer will stick. And if you're turning the page a lot, the top layers will kind of flake off. So
got it.
I like either a very clear acrylic medium or tacky glue. So,
Amazing. I am going to be totally transparent. I have never used mica before, so this will
mhm.
be totally new for me. And I think it'll be new for a lot of other people that are
Mhm.
subscribed to Art Journal Snacks. So,
Now,
I'm
some of the pieces that you're receiving, you don't need adhesive for. You'll see what I
awesome.
mean when it arrives.
Oh, I'm smelling maybe stickers.
No, not stickers.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
I have to keep some secrets.
Of course, of course. You cannot confirm nor deny.
Yes,
Um,
exactly.
let's see. Anybody else have any questions? Looks like someone just said, so I think you just convinced me to subscribe to Art Journal Snacks. Yes, that's
But
what
do
we're
it
here.
fast. Do it
Yeah,
fast if
join
you wanna
us.
get this box, because it's gonna be a really good one.
Absolutely. And actually, before the live stream started, I did a little bit of math, which I don't normally do. We have about 30 spots available for this box, which is more than usual. We ordered a bunch more so that we have some space. 30 slots are available. If you are watching this and you want to subscribe to Art Journal Snacks, head to, oh, I don't even have, I, I think I said this the last time. I don't have like a little card that tells you.
Oh, yeah.
Um, in the description of this live stream, there should be a link artsnacks.co/artjournalsnacks. You can also Google Art Journal Snacks. We're probably the first thing that pops up.
Mhm.
Definitely subscribe. The new box is shipping out in like 2 weeks. So you have some time. And once you subscribe, you are immediately invited to the private online group, which is ArtSnacks Mix for Art Journal Snacks. There's a big catalog. Well, it's not huge, but there is a catalog of live streams
An
that we
ever-growing
save there.
catalog.
Exactly. It is a growing catalog of live streams, so you can watch the playbacks and start your art journal whenever you want. Or if you're just looking for some inspiration, Erin is always live streaming and posting them. Even if you're like in a meeting, or if you're just like, I have this cool thing I want to show you. Um, the content is like priceless. It's really awesome to have, um, you just posting pretty regularly.
Mhm.
So that's been incredible for our budding art journalists.
And the other
Um,
thing that's really great is that so many people are posting what they're up to, and a lot of people have been posting their pages as they've evolved. So it's really great because our community is kind of learning this practice together. Some people have been doing it for a long time, but it's a very sharing community with lots of idea generating that's happening and sharing amongst each other. So if you want to get inspired, our group on Mix is really great. And it's been just a great honor to see the journaling practice evolve for people over time.
yeah, I've definitely been loving that too. Seeing little snippets of people's creations has been really wonderful. I'm going to turn my camera around so you can see me again. Hello. Let's see. We've got one more question. Okay, sorry, but sorry, I'm confused. Do you have to buy a new box each quarter, or to reserve your spot, or when you subscribe, you get a spot each quarter, as long as you're subscribed? Yes, that second part is correct. Once you subscribe to Art Journal Snacks, you are subscribed. You don't have to claim a box every quarter. You will get a tracking number every time your box goes out. So the frequency is essentially every 3 months you'll get a new box. And Erin, would you say that the ephemera in these boxes will last you 3 months?
Yeah, it's that's about what I think. But so here's the thing: it's also a wide range of ephemera. What I'm trying to, and we were talking about this today on Mix. What I'm
Mm.
trying to help you see is that, oh yeah, like that's a weird thing that I've seen before in my life, and what other weird things have I seen in my life? And people are starting to kind of build up this practice of like, oh, I found this weird thing, and I'm going to put it in my art journal. And the other great thing is sometimes people's partners are doing that as well. So we've been using a hashtag on Mix of like, look what I found.
Mm.
But we've been talking about how maybe we need to add people's partners into that as well because they've been finding things like, look at this cool ephemera I saved for you. Um, so that's really fun as well to see other people getting in on it.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
love.
there's it's a thick envelope full of larger things and smaller things, and it's really designed to help you think a little differently about what you might put into your journal.
Awesome. Yeah, I haven't been posting it, but I'm definitely guilty of my fiance handing me things and being like, "I got you some ephemera." It's very sweet, very thoughtful. Awesome. So we are at time for this ephemera hour. Um, I am just looking at my notes here. Erin, if we want to follow you in your art journey, where can we find you?
Great. Yeah. So I post on Instagram at the number two little wings, two little wings. It's also the name of my art therapy studio. And I also post on the Art Journal Snacks Instagram. So come on over there. I do live tours of completed journals. I just posted one the other day. So in the stories, you can see that saved there. And it's a fun place to kind of see pages as they evolve, weird supplies. Sometimes I ask about whether I should put something into an art journal and get some feedback from you all. So it's a fun place to interact. And yeah, those are some places to find me. And of course, on the bay paddling and hunting down weird things on the beach. So
So if you're
my
in
pockets are always full.
yeah, if you're in the Bay Area and you see someone on a paddleboard, it's probably Erin. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me, Erin. This has been so wonderful. For those of you watching, if you want to subscribe, artsnacks.co/artjournalsnacks. We have 30 spots available, probably less after this live stream. So please join us. We are so excited to have you. You can follow me. I run the ArtSnacks Instagram at ArtSnacks, or you can find me at Sarah Rubs. And yeah, until next time, we will get creating. I have so many ideas. I have so many things I have to do now.
And I have to go get a frame for my dad's report card.
Oh, totally. Exactly.
All
All right, Erin, thanks so much for joining.
right.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. We'll see you
Bye,
later.
everybody.
Bye.